What's going on, guys? Sports Snippets, Dennis Sullivan, Saturday night here to discuss those Cincinnati Bengals. What the heck was that? With the big upset over the number one seed Tennessee Titans. Before I get started, you do like the content of this video, go ahead, hit thumbs up. That would be awesome. Subscribe, too, to Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan. I will be talking about the Green Bay Packer San Francisco 49ers game on Sunday, so stay tuned for that as well. And I tell you what, where do we get started here? I'm watching this. By the way, Packers Niners getting ready to begin as I make this video. Looking forward to that. But I gotta tell you, Joe Burrow survives 9 sacks and is able to tough it out and still throw for 348 yards, move his team down the field when needed, in the clutch, and the Bengals pull out a stunning 19-16 victory. This will be the first AFC Championship appearance since 1988, when Boomer Esiason was the quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. And this was the first road playoff win in Cincinnati Bengal franchise history. That's how big this is. I'm thinking, do they have a chance to go to the Super Bowl? They might. They're only one win away, from doing that. So certainly they have a chance. And I tell you what, Burrow, who gets a lot of credit here, right? He deserves it. The quarterback always seems to get all the credit when things go well, but also gets look at Ryan Tannehill on the other side, getting most of the blame when things don't go well. But when you have Marr Chase and Higgins, things I'm not gonna say are easier, but things are better. Let's put it that way. 2 young, very talented receivers. Marr Chase, 5 catches, 109 yards. Higgins, 7 catches, 96 yards. He likes the tight end, too. Burrow does. Throws to him right over the middle. CJ Uzomah, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. 7 catches, 71 yards. Mixon out of the backfield, 6 catches, 51 yards. Interesting that the Bengals really weren't running the football in the first half at all. I'm sitting there going, well, this is going to catch up to him. Well, that didn't last much longer because Joe Mixon had a decent second half. He would finish with 54 yards on the ground and a touchdown on 14 carries. So something I think that got a little bit buried in this game, in the success of the Bengals in this game, was the fact that they didn't just run away from their running game. They caught up to it. In other words, they went back to it a lot in the second half and technically established a running game in the second half. Don't forget, they also have Tyler Boyd, the Bengals do, who's very talented. He's very talented as well. He's a producer. He's a proven producer in the league. He was a little bit quiet tonight, 2 catches, 17 yards, but that's another really good receiver. For the Titans, now here's the thing, guys. I was saying all along, Chiefs-Titans, that I thought Titans were definitely going to go to the AFC Championship. I was wrong, and I think a lot of people were wrong. Plenty of fans had to have the Titans winning this game and going to the AFC Championship, which they would have hosted. So now the winner of Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs will be at home. They will be hosting the AFC Championship, the winner of that game Sunday night. Just to add another footnote to that matchup. This will be one that Ryan Tannehill will want to forget. Definitely not one of his better games with the 3 interceptions. And the one at the end, oh man. Bengals take over, tie game 16-16, 20 seconds left, but they're almost at midfield. Just a tough way to lose, guys. And when he hit A.J. Brown, who played so well, A.J. Brown had a big game for Tennessee. With that touchdown, it was a nice timing pattern into the right side of the end zone there. I'm thinking game's tied. Tennessee, that was the big play they needed. And then he hooked up again with A.J. Brown. I'm thinking almost to the very end, you know what? Tennessee's got this. They survived a very, very hard-fought game by the Bengals. But no. And it really was that last turnover that did them in. Little bit surprised. I have one criticism, though, of the Titans. Always easy to do that after a team loses. I get it. Sitting at home with the remote control, right? Or not using it because it was a good game. Derrick Henry, I mean, he hasn't played in game action in almost 3 months. And you have Donta Foreman, who was running, not just statistically, guys, because if you look at the stats, he's 4 carries, 66 yards on only 4 carries. But the way he was running, Foreman looked like he was resting for a month. He looked so just fresh and agile, and he was moving and faking guys out. And I understand Derrick Henry is probably the best running back in the league. I get that. But again, he hasn't been in game action in almost 3 months. He had a heavy workload, 20 carries, 62 yards and a touchdown. What I'm really getting at is maybe we could have moved some of those carries, maybe 4 more, or 4 or 5 of Henry's, and given those to Foreman. Just a thought, guys, just a thought. Anyway, and another thing, another mini criticism of Tennessee is only 4 guys caught passes, and really only 2 receivers, A.J. Brown and Julio Jones, really factored into the passing game. I mean, Brown goes 5 catches for 142 and a touchdown. Julio Jones, 6 catches, 62 yards. And then you just had Dontrell Hilliard, 3 catches, 13 yards. Chester Rogers, a catch for 3 yards. So, I mean, if it wasn't Brown or Jones, A.J. Brown, Julio Jones, there really wasn't much of a receiving threat for the Tennessee Titans. So that offense was just wasn't quite where it needed to be, okay? And sure, you can blame Ryan Tannehill all you want, but it is a team game. I think that had that last interception never have happened, Tennessee probably would have won. I think that's the deciding factor, that third pick. Although the second pick, when they're on like the 8-yard line or whatever it was, on the screen, or the throwing it right to the side, got batted, and then interception occurred, and then returned like 20 more yards. That didn't help matters either. So these were game-changing turnovers. But Cincinnati gets the credit, guys, and you gotta just like their chances. They're going to be on the road in the AFC Championship. They have a chance. I mean, a lot of talent there, a lot of speed with Chase and Higgins. They got a lot of good young talent on that team. And, of course, Burrow. There's Burrow, he's living up to his giant billing. I mean, the guy had a lot of pressure on him coming out of college, out of LSU. Right? The number 1 pick, wins the Heisman Trophy. They win the national championship. I mean, you get all this pressure. He comes in. He had that injury, right? His rookie year. So let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you think. I have a feeling it's going to be Kansas City and Cincinnati. But what the heck do I know? Because I thought Tennessee was going to win this game. Now, I'm going to leave you on this note. One last thought. Hearing a lot of, this morning, this was actually, hearing a lot of, on talk radio, I'll go on the internet, like jump around on some sports channels and stuff, which is great. But a lot of positive talk for the Bills. The Bills have had a great season, but it's a little bit out of control with like, almost putting them as a favorite against the Chiefs. And the criticism of the Chiefs is not that valid, in my opinion. They finished the season very strong. Sure, the Bills look great against the Patriots. We all know that. But let's put it this way. If the Chiefs weren't that consistent throughout the season, the Bills themselves were not actually a model of consistency throughout the regular season, which is one of the reasons why they're on the road in the divisional round game, right? So think about that one. Now, anyone can win that game, and Bills are a very good team. But I would say I would be surprised Kansas City doesn't win that game. That'll be a great one. That's Sunday night. So check back with me tomorrow. We're going to talk some Packers, Niners. Talk again soon. Bye for now.